Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Avanti speaking about digestive system. Digestive system converts food into energy and removes waste from the body. Why do we eat food and drink water? Food provides basic requirements of all living organisms. Food contains carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and vitamins and minerals in small quantities. Food provides energy and organic materials for growth and repair of tissues. We also drink water. Water plays an important role in metabolic process and also prevents dehydration of the body. What is food? Food contains biomacromolecules that cannot be utilized by our body in their original form. So, the process of conversion of complex food substances to simple absorbable forms is called digestion. Digestion is carried out by mechanical and biochemical methods. Digestive system contains alimentary canal and its associated glands. Alimentary canal starts with mouth. Mouth leads into buccal cavity or oral cavity, which further leads into pharynx. Pharynx is common passage for both food and air. Esophagus and trachea opens into pharynx. As we are talking about digestive system, we'll speak about esophagus. Esophagus opens into stomach. Opening of esophagus into stomach is guarded by gastroesophageal sphincter. So stomach leads into small intestine. Opening of stomach into small intestine is guarded by pyloric sphincter. Small intestine leads into large intestine. Large intestine leads into rectum, which opens out as anus. Buccal cavity or oral cavity contains teeth and muscular tongue. Each tooth is embedded in a socket of jawbone. This is called thecodont attachment. This type of attachment is called thecodont attachment. Majority of mammals, including human beings, form two sets of teeth during their lifetime. The temporary milk teeth, which shed off after 6 to 7 years, and permanent adult teeth. This type of dentition is called diphyodont. Means eruption of tooth twice in their lifetime is called diphyodont. If teeth are erupted many a times, then it's called polyphyodont type of dentition. Example, reptiles. Whenever the teeth are shedded, the reptile can be able to form new teeth. So coming to the human beings, an adult human has 32 permanent teeth, which are of 4 different types. Heterodont type of dentition. So all the teeth present in this jaw are not similar. They are different. We have on each half of upper jaw and lower jaw. This is the half of upper jaw. So we have 2 incisors, 1 canine, 2 premolars and 3 molars. Each of them serve different functions. Each of them serve, for example, molars are used for mastication. Enamel. The teeth surface is covered by enamel. Enamel is the hard shaving surface of the teeth. Coming to the tongue. Tongue is freely movable muscular organ attached to the floor of oral cavity by frenulum. This is frenulum. The upper surface of the tongue has small projections called papillae. These papillae bear taste buds. Then oral cavity leads into pharynx. See, this is the pharynx. Oral cavity leads into pharynx. Pharynx is the common passage for both food and air. Esophagus, which is food. This is esophagus. This is food pipe. And we have a windpipe also, that is trachea. Both of them open into pharynx. So we have epiglottis. Epiglottis is a cartilaginous flap that prevents entry of food into glottis during swallowing. See, both the food pipe and windpipe open into pharynx. During swallowing, there is a chances of entering food into trachea. So this epiglottis prevents the entry of food into windpipe. So epiglottis helps us to swallow food directly into esophagus. Esophagus is a thin, long tube which extends posteriorly through the neck, thorax, diaphragm, and leads into J-shaped bag-like structure called stomach. This is stomach. So esophagus leads into stomach. Opening of esophagus into stomach is guarded by gastroesophageal sphincter. Gastroesophageal sphincter regulates opening of esophagus into stomach. So this will not allow the reverse flow of food. So stomach is located in upper left portion of abdominal cavity. Stomach contains three portions: cardiac portion, fundic portion, and pyloric region. See, stomach contains, this is esophagus, opens into fundic portion, cardiac portion, fundic portion, this is body, and pyloric portion. Stomach leads into pyloric portion, opens into first part of small intestine. Pyloric portion opens into first part of small intestine. So opening of stomach into duodenum is guarded by pyloric sphincter. Opening of stomach into duodenum. Opening of stomach into duodenum is guarded by pyloric sphincter. Opening of esophagus into stomach is guarded by gastroesophageal sphincter. And this is opening of stomach into small intestine is guarded by pyloric sphincter. So small intestine contains three regions: U-shaped duodenum, long coiled jejunum, and highly coiled ileum. Pyloric sphincter, opening of duodenum into stomach is guarded by pyloric sphincter. So this is esophagus, stomach, and this is small intestine. Pyloric sphincter, opening of stomach into duodenum is guarded. Ileum opens into, so there are three parts of small intestine, three regions. U-shaped duodenum, long coiled jejunum, highly coiled ileum. Ileum opens into large intestine. Again, it has three parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. Cecum is small blind sac. This hosts symbiotic microorganisms that helps in digestion. And colon is a narrow finger-like tubular projection. From colon, the narrow finger-like tubular projection. The vermiform appendix opens into cecum. Vermiform appendix is vestigial organ. So cecum is a small blind sac, hosts microorganisms. Narrow finger-like tubular projection. The vermiform appendix opens from the cecum. This vermiform appendix is a vestigial organ. It has no use. So coming to the colon. Next, coming to colon. Colon has ascending colon, transverse colon, descending colon. This descending colon opens out as rectum, which opens through the anus. And see, colon is ascending, transverse, and descending. Descending colon leads into rectum, which opens out as anus. Coming to the wall of alimentary canal. Wall of alimentary canal from esophagus to rectum possess 4 layers. They are coming out from outside. It is serosa, muscularis, submucosa, and mucosa. Serosa is the outermost layer. Thin mesothelium. This is thin mesothelium, epithelium of visceral organs. This is epithelium with some connective tissue. And muscularis. Muscularis is formed by smooth muscles, usually arranged in inner circular and outer longitudinal layer. So inner circular layer and outer longitudinal layer. So these are formed by smooth muscles, usually arranged into inner circular and outer longitudinal layer. An oblique muscle layer may be present in some regions. Coming to submucosal layer, formed of loose connective tissue. This contains nerves, blood, and lymph vessels. In duodenum, glands is also present in submucosa. So serosa is the outermost layer. This is formed of thin mesothelium, and muscularis is formed of smooth muscles arranged in 2 layers, inner circular and outer longitudinal layer, and oblique muscle layer may also be present, and submucosal layer formed of loose connective tissue containing nerves, blood, and lymph vessels. In duodenum, glands are also present in submucosa. And coming to mucosa, this is the innermost lining of the lumen. This layer forms irregular folds called rugae in the stomach. This layer forms irregular folds called rugae in the stomach. Small finger-like foldings called villi in the intestine. This is the innermost lining of the lumen of alimentary canal is mucosa. This layer forms irregular folds in the stomach. These folds are called rugae, and this forms small finger-like projections in the small intestine. These foldings are called villi. The cells lining the villi produce numerous microscopic projections called microvilli, giving a brush border appearance to the inner wall of small intestine. Villi are supplied with a network of capillaries and large lymph vessels called lacteal. Mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete which secretes mucus that helps in lubrication. Mucosal epithelium has goblet cells which secrete mucus that helps in lubrication of food. Mucosa also form glands in the stomach called gastric glands and crypts in between the base of villi in the intestine called crypts of Lieberkühn. All the four layers show modifications in different parts of alimentary canal. So they are not similar. They all show modifications in different parts of the alimentary canal. That's all as of now. Thank you. Oh no.